Hello everyone, my name is Amasid and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be gambling 50 hands of the High Templar. Now if you've seen my other videos, you might know that I have done 40 hands of the High Templar before in the Metamorph League. And the reason why I'm doing it again, A, is I'm doing 10 more gloves, so I guess that's something. But B, and most importantly, I think that this is one of the most fun gambles, vol experiments out there. You can get some really wild results. You can get some really cool gloves, some things that are worth hundreds and hundreds of exalts to complete bricks, and I think those are the most fun. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Each of these gloves was about 1x, give or take. There was a few that were slightly below, but on the whole, average was about 1x, so total it cost me about 50x for all of these gloves. Now, again, just for clarification, because these gloves can be modified while corrupted, we don't need to worry about qualitying them up or getting gem sockets or anything like that, just because you can do that afterwards if you buy the gloves. So I guess to set some ground rules for understanding how exactly we're going to be handling these gloves and when to stop. It's going to be sort of a judgment call. This is going to be very much a stop and check sort of stream. See, okay, what are these worth? What is this implicit worth? Obviously, if it's worth, if the gloves are baseline worth 1x uncorrupted, if the gloves are worth 1.5x with said corruption implicit, we're not going to stop. That's not worth it. But if we get something where it's 4, 5, 6x plus, I'll consider stopping. It'll be kind of a case by case basis. There are obviously hundreds and hundreds of combinations here that we can get, so it's kind of difficult to say this is great, this is bad. It varies. I know something like max frenzy charges is going to be good, but it's always worth at least a few x, things like that. But attack crit will probably be good. Curses, there's tons of options. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go one by one here. Socketed gems. Okay, and again, because I don't know the value on most of this, so that's 3x just for socketed gems. So I think let's call 4x the minimum, and then I'll think about stopping. It's nothing. White socket. Bricked. Okay, so let's go ahead and move these over here. Let's move this here. We'll move the bricked ones to the top. White socket. Nothing. Nothing. Bricked. So we would have made money if I had stopped on the first one, but I did not. Sorry, shield guy. Gonna have to deal with this later. For those curious, I did end up making money on that last video. I sold the discipline shield for 45x. I sold the +2 AoE gems for 14x. So total profit was about 48, 49x, which was pretty great. Wow. Okay, immediately bricked on that one. Attack speed. How much is attack speed? Attack speed is 2x, so not worth stopping there. Nothing. White socket. Double white socket. Bricked. So not off to a great start so far, but we have plenty to go. We've only gone through 4 out of 50. Nothing. White socket. Nothing. Max life. I don't think max life is worth much, but double check. 2x. Socketed gems and max life. Let's see. So there's one up for 4x, and the rest are 18, 20, 20, 20. I mean, I doubt this sells for 20. We'll put it aside for now, and I'll sort of decide what to do with it later. Put this down here. You know what? No. Okay. For now, we'll see how many bricks we get. I'm wondering whether it makes sense to have more jewel sockets just because it gives more options to be a not brick. Maybe that's the strat. Well, okay. Didn't matter there. Maybe I'll do that though. I'll give these all to 4 jewelers. Maybe this is not the strat. We're over 2 on immediate bricks. Nothing. Bricked. Yeah, this is a yikes. Now let's see what happens if I don't do that. Let's see the strat. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all rigged. White socket, 2 white sockets, bricked. So far we bricked about 9x. Nothing. Max life. Attack speed and max life. Did we look at this already? Was this the last one? No. So this is 6x minimum based on these, but I mean, it's really hard to say these days. The market's so all over the place. Let's put these aside for now. Sorry, Prism guy. I'm doing something. Let's put these here. Let's put these in dump tab 3. This one doesn't even need any jeweler's work. Curse enemies on despair or with despair and hit 48% increased effect. How much is that? Like 2-3x. So we continue. White socket, 2 white sockets, nothing. Bricked. Okay, I'm gonna trade this guy because he's whispered me about 100 times. But that is a brick, unfortunately, on these. So this guy really wants this shield, and you know, at some point you just got to give in. Just give him the shield. Now, please stop whispering me. Okay. Where were we? So we bricked 10 so far. These are 10 straight up bricks, and this is not like even by pushing it. You know, we've only got. I haven't had anything more than 2 implicits. So it's really not that crazy. Nothing. Brick. Yeah, this feels extremely unlucky so far, but I have to imagine that, you know, by bricking these early ones now, we're gonna get ourselves some luck later. Spell crit. Okay. 3, 5x. We'll call it 3x. We'll continue. White socket. Nothing. Max life and spell crit. We'll hold on to that one. Dump tab 3. And I'll kind of reevaluate at the end what I want to do with those. But I mean, those seem decent. I'll probably continue on with at least some of them. Nothing. Bricked. I'll be 4 linked on the brick though. Get these all to 4 socket. Alright. You know what? Let's do this. Where was I? Okay. So we got nothing here. Nothing. Socketed gems again. That's a good one. That's a good one. I forget how much that was worth. Yeah, 3x. Nothing. Attack speed and socketed gems. Seems decent. So again, we'll put it aside and we'll come back to these at the end. We still have quite a few left. We have over 35. Bricked immediately. I shouldn't say anything. Ah, crap. Just pissing away exalts right there. 2 white sockets and bricked. Let's see. Get this up. Wow, we're just really on a hot streak of bricks. Oops. Not unlucky. Despair and hit we got before. It was worth a little bit, but nothing crazy. Nothing. White socket. Nothing. Nothing. Bricked. Ah, man. I feel like we're bricking a lot quicker than we did before. I remember in the last video we got a bunch of 3-4 implicit items, but I haven't really even been given the choice. 2 white sockets. 3 white sockets. Bricked. I feel like this is particularly unlucky. At least it feels particularly unlucky. White socket. Cast speed. We haven't gotten that one yet. How much is cast speed? 3, 4 exalts. Let's keep going. Bricked. Get this up to 4 jewelers quickly, and 1 white. Bricked. God, I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering. I haven't seen that video in a long time, but this feels like we're doing worse. Nothing. Bricked. Did they change the odds on this and I just missed the boat? Like, what happened? White socket. Bricked. Maybe these are cursed. Maybe I'm just cursed because I got lucky on the shields. Temp chains. Okay, we haven't had that one yet. How much is that? Temp change is about 3 exalts. Keep going. Nothing. Spell crit and temp chains. That seems good. Yeah. Only one up right now is 15x. I doubt this would sell for 15x, but you never know. So we'll move that aside for now, and then I'll go through those at the end and decide whether we want to add more onto it. Nothing. Nothing. Bricked. I'm aware I've stopped on most two implicit items, just because again, I kind of want to take my time with it and not mess it up. Okay, this one already feels cursed. How can we not hit 4 sockets? Jesus Christ. 8% cast speed. Max energy shield and cast speed. This is the first time we've hit max energy shield. I doubt that's worth much. Yeah, 3x. Curse gems. Okay, let's see this. Is there anything on this? 3x 16 hours ago. I have a feeling I'm probably going to end up going forward on this one, but for now, let's just put it aside. White socket. Elemental weakness. Have we had elemental weakness yet? I don't think so. 5x. Okay. I mean, I said anything over a certain point, put it aside. So let's do it. But I'll probably go forward. And the thing is, all it really takes is one very good pair of gloves to make 50x. Like, it's certainly possible. So it's like we brick a bunch of these, but at the end of the day, we can hit a pair of gloves that's worth 50x. So 2 whites. Duration gems. We haven't had that one before. I don't think that's going to be worth all that much. 3, 4x. Bricked. So it's like, we brick, however many this is. We brick 26 gloves, and, we're like, oh, that sucks. But it really only takes 1. White socket, 2, bricked. I mean, none of the gloves that we have right now in that saved pile are worth 50x or even close to it. Total value here is, I'm guessing, like 25x at most. So it's hard to say. 2 white sockets, 3 max life, nothing. Duration gems and max life. 3x. Keep going. Warcry gems, duration gems, and max life. It's 1 up for 6. These seem bad to me, but I was wrong about the shields just straight up and down last time, so I'm happy to be wrong again. Nothing, 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 nothing. Projectile gems. First time getting projectile gems. Yeah, like 2x. White socket. Elemental weakness and projectile gems. 9 to 10x. Okay. Seems decent. I mean, I can understand why that might be good. We really need to hit some multiple curse ones. Trapper Mine gems, I'm not even going to bother to check. White socket. Duration Trapper Mine, I will check, though. Okay. It seems like they're all over the place. It's really hard to evaluate right now because the economy is kind of in this stale spot. Spell crit. Let's just check spell crit and duration gems. Yeah, okay. These seem decent. I always wonder whether stuff like, because there's so many outcomes, whether something like this just mathematically can be profitable. 1 white. Tax speed. Bricked. Because it's like there's just so many outcomes, and I wonder if there's a way to really effectively simulate the profitability on something like this. Nothing, nothing, nothing. White socket, tax speed, trapper mine. I mean, I'll check trapper mine, but I feel like it's such a generally not great. I'm gonna keep going. Oh, nice. We hit max frenzy charges. How much is a tax speed max frenzy charges alone? Oh, okay, not that much. What about this? Yeah, there's none. What about this? What about just max power charges or frenzy charges? I'll put this one aside. I think we'll probably keep going with this one almost for sure, but let's just get through all of the gloves so we have somewhere a good spot, and then we'll determine. White socket, 2 white sockets, nothing. Aura gems. It's our first time hitting aura gems. That's about 5. I can see this realistically selling for 5x. So put that aside. Last time I did this, I was like, we're not going to stop till we hit 4 or 5 implicits, but I don't think that's reasonable. We're going to end up with no pairs of gloves. Aura gems again. I already put one aside, so we'll roll on at least one of these. But yeah, it's just not reasonable to do that because it's just so unlikely. White socket, nothing. White socket. Socketed gems, nice. Nothing. Nothing. White socket, nothing. Enfeeble and socketed gems. That seems good to me. This guy put it up. He's offline. 4x. 18x 20. I mean, I can't really tell what else he's got going on those gloves. Yeah, his are a lot better. This is really equivalent. This guy's AFK. Because Trapper Mind Gems is pretty useless. I mean, it's not, I can't even compare this guy's. He's got so much other stuff on here. That's the issue, is that you look these things up and you're like, well, how does it compare? So you have to really take the lower values. So we'll call this about 4x. I'll put it aside for now, but we'll see. I do wonder, though, how the socketing or the gems work. If you have more slots, whether it can give you that outcome as opposed to being a brick. Nothing. Well, there it didn't matter. It does feel like we've been getting less bricks since the beginning, where we bricked a ton. I say that now we're going to brick it immediately. Yep. Unlucker. White socket. White socket. Nothing. Frenzy charges. Nice. Did we already check elemental weakness with frenzy charges? 9x. Move it aside. Not right now, guy. I've already done too many trades. Come on. Bricked immediately. So that's just a feels bad, man. A first vol brick. I've already used like 120 vol orbs. Nothing. White socket. Max life. Bricked. Rip. Move this one up. We only have a few more, and then I'll go through the other ones and determine what we want to do. White socket. Cast speed. White socket. Bricked. So we're going to have less than 40 bricks, which I guess is not horrible. Enfeeble. Bricked. I also always wonder whether you can... What if you end up getting something really good from the brick? Like the bricked item actually ends up being cool, but it's so unlikely. White socket. 2 white sockets. Bricked. Okay. So the last ones were duds. So we have 35 bricks. Is that right? 35 bricks, yep. And then these were all the ones that we kept. So we have attack speed, max life. This is going to be we're going to roll on that. Socketed gems, max life spell crit. Socketed gems, attack speed. Temp chains. These are, well, I'm going to go through all these, but okay. Elemental weakness. Why did I keep this one separate? How much is that? 5, 6x. Maybe that's why. Okay. So this one, well, we'll see. This one I'm going to roll on for sure. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go through these now and determine what we're going to roll on. So these two will roll on. Socketed gems and Enfeeble. What do we have here? Yeah, it's really more like 4x. I'll roll on this one. Why not? Socketed gems, max life. Doesn't seem good. Yeah, we'll roll on this one. Maximum life and spell crit. Sure, why not? Socket of gems and attack speed. Let's see what this actually looks like. See, again, like this guy has a ton of other things on there, and it's selling for 4.5x. I think we roll. Temp chains and spell crit. I guess because nobody stops like me. They're all, yeah, everyone's like going forward until like 5. Roll on this one. I think we're going to roll on most of these. Roll on this one. Definitely going to roll on this one. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just roll on all of them. Nothing. Bricked. White socket. Energy shield. We'll roll until we get to a reasonable point. So like this might be a reasonable point for this. You know, 5, 6x is telling me. But again, this guy, well, what does this even matter? Like, how can you even evaluate this? This guy's is exactly the same as mine. And he has it up for 6, and it's been there for a day. I don't know. One more. Nothing. Okay. Move this one aside. Let's put these over here. Bricked. So we really only have one that we're keeping so far, but even still. Now we have Warcry gems, Socketed gems, and max life. How much is that? 3x? What about that? Nothing? What about that? Okay. Let's keep going. Oh, now we have AoE gems, Socketed gems, Warcry gems, and max life. So if you had a Warcry AoE gem, what if I just did that? How about that? 50x for that. Nothing. What if I got rid of that? Okay, well, this is going to be a keeper for sure. Again, I'll have to look really I'll look into the value really of that at the end. It might be a lot. I don't know. Duration, Warcry, max life. We don't have a lot of room here, so I'm not going to go very far. Now we have curse gems. I don't know. Let's try duration, curse, and max life. What about just duration and curse? 3 hours ago. I don't know. This just seems like a weird one because it doesn't really match up with itself. I'll keep it though. We'll stop that one there. Again, this one doesn't have a lot of room, but if we can get something that's better than, you know, socketed Trapper Mine gems to complement the attack speed and frenzy charges, that'd be pretty great. Like just socketed gems or something. Okay, or we just brick it and just lose it completely. Again, another tricky one because we have kind of like 2 weird overlaps, but we can get something good. White socket, nothing. Enfeeble. So let's try these ones. I could see this realistically selling for 5 to 10x. So let's put that one in. What is this one? Projectile gems and elemental weakness. Nothing. Nothing. Bricked. So interesting, it only affected one of the implicits when it bricked. I don't know. Just a random aside. So elemental weakness. I don't know why I stopped this one. Max energy shield with elemental weakness. How much is that? That cannot, again, I don't believe that sells for 13x. It has to have a bunch of other things going on there. Yeah, it does. Okay, so let's keep going. Nothing. Bricked. Unlucky. Okay, so we have 6 more that are already sort of pre-rolled. Curse gems, cast speed. I mean, this doesn't seem inherently bad. I don't know. 3x, 6x. Well, now it's inherently bad. So this one seems decent as well. Let's get this to 4 sockets. So this is temp chains and spell crit. Again, there's just no way. It's got to have a bunch of other stuff. So let's keep going. White socket, 2 white sockets, nothing. Cast speed, temp chains, spell crit. These seem like good caster gloves. Again, I don't believe it's 125x. That'll never sell unless he has something great. He's got despair and socketed gems. So this does seem good though, but it's not 125x. So now we have socketed gems and attack speed. This seems like inherently like it's a good pair of gloves, but they could be a lot better. I wish that I could see some with just these. Like this guy has Despair and Spell Crit, and he's selling for 4.5x. So this is his are better than mine. So we should keep going. White Socket, nothing. 2 white sockets, nothing. Bricked. I wonder whether one of these, like I forget which one it was, is worth like 50x, like it claims it is. But now we've got an Enfeeble, so we slammed Enfeeble on there. Nothing with that. What if I got rid of Max Life? 3x. What if I got rid of Spell Crit? 4x. Now, see, let's just keep going. White Socket. Now we have attacks and Spell Crit. That doesn't seem good. I'm just curious. These are so weird. I don't know. These are very weird ones. I'm going to put them aside just because they're so weird. Nothing. Nothing. Now we have ooh, this seems good. AoE gems, socketed gems, and Enfeeble. What's that? Nothing. There's nothing on there. What if I open this up and look by offline? There's one that's the only real notable difference is Max Frenzy charges, and he's got it for 5x a month ago, but he's been offline for who knows how long. This guy's been offline for 24 days and he's got 20x. These seem really good to me. These seem good to me. So let's move them here. Let's get this up. 4 Jewelers. Now we've got vulnerability and attack speed and max life. At first I'm seeing vulnerability, and we've got that guy's got up for 30x. Let's see what his other implicits are. He's got an Enfeeble. That's the only difference. He's got it for 30x, been up for 2 days. So that seems like a keeper. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 keepers. We have 4. Why is this one a keeper? 5, 6x. No, we're gonna keep going on this one. Sorry, we're not done. Okay, maybe I should have been done. So we have 7 keepers. This one we valued at, you know, probably maybe like 10x, maybe. I don't know, something like that. It's really hard to say how much these are all worth. You know, this is worth this. This is worth that. I think I could get anywhere between 5 and 12x for these. These ones, really just the socketed AoE and the max life, which is they've got one up for 60x. I mean, again, you look at this and he's probably got 2 other good things on it. He's got one other good thing we determined was the Despair, and he's 60x been up for 12 days. So it's obviously not worth 60x. I put it up for maybe 10, 15, and we'll see what we can get. Tell me in the comments whether you think I'm totally off base on this. You know, I think these are personally very difficult to evaluate in pricing, but it's worth a shot. So, okay, so we got those ones. We got this. These were just kind of wonky. I just kind of stopped on this because we're running out of good implicit slots. Maybe a few X for these, 5x maybe. So these have Duration, Enfeeble, and Spell Crit. 8. Again, I have to check these. We'll call this between 5 and 8. These seem like good caster gloves to me. Again, this guy had it up for 125x. Put it up 7 hours ago, but his has double curse and I think socketed gems, which mine does not. So I don't know, maybe 10, 15x. This is a similar boat, but this one's a little weird because it has attack crit as well. But if we did just these, there's nothing. So it's hard to say. And again, this one we determined is similar to the other pair that I was just showing, but not online. There was one we checked. What is it like? It's probably 10x. So it's all in all, let's call these maybe 5 to 10x on average. So we have 7 of them. So we'll call it 35 to 70x, anywhere in there, I think is what I can get for these if I really push to sell them. I don't know. These are kind of all over the place because these gloves fit so many builds, such a variety of builds. But I think that's not totally off base. That I could get that back. So we might make our money back. I'll follow up with updates as I sell them. But for now, we're completely in the hole 50x. I still have quite a bit of money, so I'll probably sort of work out what I'm going to do next. But if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Not to be, you know, cliche, but I would appreciate it. It helps me know that I'm doing stuff that people like. So thanks again, and I'll catch you in the next one.